This past Thursday, on January 16th, Bungie released some information on the upcoming dungeon, its location, and its name. And where we're looking right now, that's where we're going. What's going on, guys? My name is Strange, and welcome back to a Destiny 2, I guess, kind of a lore video, but also an explanation on why the next episode's dungeon is going to be on Rhulk's Pyramid and why it actually makes sense for the story compared to, I don't know, having it on what I've seen a lot of people say, like having it on the dreadnaught or just somewhere else. I think it makes sense on Rogue's Pyramid, and I'm going to explain why. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Enjoyed a little bit of background gameplay. I'm not really trying, but I wanted something on the background so people can watch something while they listen. So next dungeon is called Sundered Doctrine. It's going to be in the new episode coming out called Heresy. Now, Heresy, I don't know if anyone has, people have seen the cover art for the new episode back when they first announced it. If you are one of the people who have not, and you are trying to avoid knowing what it's going to be about, please don't watch this video or skip ahead a little bit. Now that I've said that, it's obviously Hive focused. It's called Heresy, so Nokris could be involved. Obviously, Savathun and Xivu Arath are going to be involved, which is why it is, going to be on the Dreadnought, why it was a Hive sword in the picture. It's obviously going to be those two involved. It's why the dungeon is going to be in Savathun's throne world. Um, and I've seen a lot of discourse about it on Twitter about why we're going back to a already used location for a raid like activity. Why isn't the dungeon in the Dreadnought? And I'm kind of here to hopefully answer that and provide a little bit of lore. I know I'm not Bife, but I love Destiny's lore too much to not make videos on it. So, yeah. First off, I want to address the whole like dreadnought idea. I don't know if the dreadnought is would even have anyone to fight in a dungeon based thing. Obviously, unless the story involves like Xivu Arath taking over the dreadnought to try to get back her throne world, because she was like kicked out of it from Erismorn a couple seasons ago. So I don't know if that's how they would do it, but I just don't think there's anything in the dreadnought left for us to take on, or anything that would go into the dreadnought unless it's Xivu Arath, and I don't think it's going to be Xivu Arath. Potentially, unless one of my theories comes true. But the reason why I think it being on Rhulk's pyramid makes the most sense is because it is high focused. And if you did not know about this about Rhulk, but Rhulk is the one who subjugated and corrupted the worm gods. Now, the witness was the one who gave the Leviathans those worms and turned them into the worm gods. However, it was Rhulk who basically bent them to the witness's will. He swam down in the oceans of fundament. He killed the Leviathan, took its rib, and basically used it to subjugate the worms. And one of the parts of the deal was Rhulk would take Zeta, who is the mother of the worm gods, and he would use her for multiple reasons. One of which is to breed more worms for the hive to use and to continuously do the witness's bidding, whether they think about it or know about it or not. That is one of the uses for Zeta, why Rhulk took her. Another reason was because Rhulk wanted to use her basically to power the Upended, which is the like world-ending weapon that Rhulk had in his pyramid ship, and is where we actually fight Rhulk. 99% sure that is the Upended. So he is very heavily tied with the Worm Gods, which means he is very heavily tied to the Hive. The reason why his pyramid ship is in Xivu Arath's throne world is because I think when she first split with uh, Oryx and Xivu Arath, he she basically kind of became under more of the witness's tutelage, and he wanted to like bring her up to a disciple, and he put Rhulk in her throne world to kind of train her, but also to kind of keep an eye on her because she is, the Hive goddess of like trickery and all that stuff. So, it was multiple reasons why. And then they kind of like festered into like a rivalry, I guess, between Rhulk and Savathun. He hated her and would constantly tell the witness that she's like not worth it and that she's up to stuff. I'm also pretty sure that for a little bit, Rhulk actually left the throne world to quench his thirst for conquest. He went to go take over a world and conquer it, and they ended up like killing each other because there was a cult awaiting his arrival, and like he was disappointed with it, yada yada, and he ended up blaming it on Savathun. I'm pretty sure that might be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure he blamed that failure on Savathun. I'm sure the witness already knew about it, but I'm going to assume that the reason why the dungeon is in the pyramid, right? After all that backstory, why are we going back there? I think it has to do something with Zeta. Either she was reanimated due to whoever has the echo, or she has the echo, um, which could play into the heresy thing because she was dead and is heresy, for necromancy and all that. Or actually, that's kind of crazy. I thought of what if Nokris gets the echo, but I'm gonna assume it's Eva Wrath that gets the echo. But if Nokris gets the echo, that makes sense for heresy. Maybe I mean obviously if a Ziva Wrath is gonna be involved somehow. I just don't know how. However, one way or another, the fact that Rhulk is heavily involved with the Hive and that Zeta is in that pyramid ship, we are going back there for those specific reasons. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's honestly why, and I think it actually makes a lot of sense that we go back there in a Hive themed episode. So, sorry if you're disappointed. We're not having a dungeon on the Dreadnought. I don't think it makes sense just purely for the fact that there's not much left to go after to deal with on the Dreadnought. Even if something was to be brought into there, I think the fact that Zeta is in the pyramid ship and how much Rhulk was tied to the Hive, that kind of makes sense. Maybe Ziva Wrath is trying to resurrect Zeta with the Echo, so that way she can be a bit more, back to her godlike status that she was before, even if she had the Echo. Or maybe Nokris is trying to revive Zeta to have some kind of power over the Hive and like tug of war with Savathun's Lucent Brood and Ziva Wrath's Brood. I don't know. Um, there's a lot that could be brought up. I genuinely think that these are the best theories, but we never know. No one knew that Atrax was going to be the main boss for Vesper's host. So anything can come up here. I kind of hope it's Nokris and we finally get to put him down, but he's a necromancer, so you never know. Yeah. So that's all I have. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be doing some more lore stuff coming up. That's like just kind of quick like this, like under 10 minutes. So hopefully you guys can just, if you want to hear something and just get it kind of quick, come by, have more out, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace.